approach of systematic training plan, which we have discussed in our previous section. So moving to the next slide. Now, this is the model of the training process, that how training process should be implemented in the organization. Now, when you are implementing any training process in the organization, then first of all, what we have to do is we have to categorize everything into 3 stages. Because when we are applying or implementing training process, then first of all, assessment is must. If you have done a good assessment of your need, if you have done an excellent assessment of your organizational needs, task need, then development of training objectives, then criteria for training evaluation. So in this manner, everything will be moving very good, or we can say excellent. But if your training needs are not being identified well, or your assessment stage is not done very well, it is weak, then your training process can be, not giving you very good results. So when I talk about assessment stage, then I'm talking about a stage where what we are doing, we are just assessing the things. We are analyzing the things. Now, first one is organizational needs assessment. Now, you have to first of all assess your organization, that what are the basic needs. Are all the needs required fulfilled, or we want to do something more? So in this manner, if you will be going to study your organizational needs, then it will be very much beneficial for you to develop a training process, because your training process will be moving according to your need. And when it will be moving according to your need, then the things will be more easy to. It will be, more result oriented. Whatever you are planning, it will be more result oriented. Second, task need assessment. Now, task need assessment basically means that the job or tasks which are being done in the organization, what they need. Did they need some add-on? Did they need some, working updation, functioning updation, performance updation? In this manner, you have to identify what your task need, because every time a task cannot be, carry on in the same manner as we are doing it since last years and years. So what we have to do is we have to identify or assess the need of the task. Now, when we have assessed the need of the organization, we have assessed the need of the task. Now what we have to do is we will be developing our training objectives. What are the objectives? Why we want to train our staff? Why don't we let them work as they are doing? So this is another task, which is development of training objectives. And last one, development of criteria for training evaluation. Very correct. You have identified or assessed your needs. You have developed your training objectives. Now, after training, how you will be doing evaluation of it? How you will be able to evaluate that whether whatever training sessions have been given to your workforce or staff, are they effective or not? Because until unless the effectiveness and efficiency of the training session will be evaluated, how you will be coming to know that this will be giving you financial gains, other gains, or help in research and development, growth and development of the organization? So in this manner, these 4 points includes or the designs or completes our assessment stage: organizational need assessment, task need assessment, development of training objectives, and development of criteria for training evaluation. Now moving to the next stage, that is training stage. Now what's that? Training stage. Now here training starts. Here training starts. Design and select procedures. What procedure you want to adopt to train your employees, your staff? Is it, instructional procedure or practical activities or classroom sessions you want? How? What would be the procedure you will be adopting to train your employees? Because until unless a procedure has been designed, it is very tough to train, because we have different methods, we have different techniques of training. Out of it, the one which you want to implement has to be selected. Then we come to train. Now it's the time when our training starts. Then evaluation stage. Once the training has been given, it's the time to evaluate that whether the training was effective, efficient or not. Because if you evaluate, then only you will be coming to know about its results. So evaluation stage means measure training results. Now what you have to do is you have to measure the training results out of what you have done, or what you have how you have trained your employees. Now compare results to criteria. What you have achieved and what you have actually planned. Compare both of them. If your planned objectives and what you have achieved, both the results are same, then it means that you have a very efficient and effective training session. But if there is any gap or deviation between the two, then it means that there is a need for some improvement. Why? The question arises, why we are not able to meet our standards with the performance? Then again we go for feedback, and then again organizational need statement, from where we have to start from the scratch, from point 1, that assessing the needs, and then moving to further training stage, then evaluation stage. So in this manner, what we have to do is we have to go for our training process. Now moving to the next. These are the 9 steps which have been designed, and they are designed out of model or that stages which I have shown. It is being designed out of it. Point 1 says assessing training needs. What I have done or what I have told in stage 1, you have to assess the needs for training, because until unless the needs are identified, the objectives are identified, how can you plan a training session? How can you plan a training session? Point 2, preparing training plan. Now, after assessing the needs, what you have to do is you have to prepare a proper training plan. A proper training plan has to be planned, because that plan will be helping you out in you can say further preparation of your training of training sessions and programs. Then specifying training objectives. Now what are your training objectives? Because you have identified the needs, you have prepared a training plan. Now specify the training objectives, that what would be the objectives you want to achieve through this training section. Designing the training program. Now it's the time to finally design or create the complete training program. Then selecting the instructions method. How you want to give training to your employees. Whether you want to go for classes, you want to go for practical activities, you want to go for online sessions, whatever you feel like, it depends upon. Then completing the training plan. Now completing the training plan. And point 7, implementing the training program. Now the training plan which you have made and completed, implemented. Evaluating the training. Now comparing and planning future training. As per the results, you have to plan your future. So these were the 9 steps involved in the training process. Moving to the next. Now in these slides, what I have done, I had tried to make the process clear, because training process is very important. So after briefing them in the previous slide, showing them through a model what I have done. Now I have given something detail about those, training plans or training process. Point one, assessing training needs. What you have to do is you have to assess your training needs. Conduct a training needs analysis by either one or both of the following: external approach or internal approach. It depends upon the company, it depends upon the owners, it depends upon the employer, that whether you want to go for external approach, that you want to invite trainer from outside the organization, or you want to go for internal approach, you want your existing staff to give training using a staff opinion survey, or company experts from other companies, trainers, guests, or people from the society can be called up for training your employees. Second, this is an exercise. I have designed this exercise just to make you clear that if you would be there, you would be a manager of the factory like that. So how you will be doing your training session? So for that, what I have done, I have designed some exercises. Imagine you are the manager of a factory with 500 workers making ice cream for export to Europe. What information and evidence do you need before you can say the employees need training? Try to list 5 items. So these are the 3 questions which you have to answer out of what we have studied. Now these are the response to our exercise 2. What we can do. First, how you are the manager of a factory making ice cream for export to Europe. Now evidences like accidents reports can be used, sick leave report can be used, employee compensation statistics can be taken, product quality control report can be used, wastage report can be used, efficiency report can be used, machinery out of report can be used, staff discipline report can be used, staff inquiries and complaints can be used, guest complaints can be used, refusal of orders made can be used, quality of product report can be used, market needs and trends can be used, demographic data and background of employees can be used. So these are the things which can be used as an evidence for identifying your training needs, that whether you require or not. Now this is point 2, preparing training plan. Consider whether to design a long 5 to 10 years, medium 3 to 5 years, or short 1 year term plan. First of all, ask yourself, what are we going to achieve in the time period? And next question says, use a complete approach by using a calendar for inputting your training activity. Now these are the 3 points which you have to consider or pay thorough attention while preparing training plan. That whether training plan should be a long-term one, medium-term, or short-term. Then what are our objectives we want to achieve in this time period? Then we have to properly jot down or prepare a calendar. I have brought up with the design also, example also, that in this manner you can prepare training calendar. These are the training areas and month in the year in which we will be conducting the training for these particular areas, like attitude, train the trainer, job competency, sales techniques, telephone manner. Now I have taken some few areas. We have many of areas to be trained for our employees for have training programs or sessions, but I have taken some, and in this manner we can plan the month also, that in which month we can have training for which particular area. So this is called as training calendar, and this should be maintained, because if such calendars are maintained in the organization, then the organization also have a record that on which aspect, on which area we have trained our employees. But if you are not maintaining any such calendar, then a problem like this can also occur, that which area are left, which area to be covered through training. So in this manner, a training calendar can be prepared. Now point 3 is specifying training objectives. What are your objectives behind training session? Why you are giving training session? Training objectives must be specific and measurable. Why? Very difficult to measure effectiveness after course is finished. Yes, a thing which is, not specific, not measurable, then it is very tough. So your training objectives must be such that they are specific and measurable. What should trainees be able to accomplish after participating in the training program? These must be your objectives. I've taken all those important aspects which are to be answered after training section, or which are to be considered by an owner or HR manager while designing training programs for the company staff. What should trainees be able to accomplish after participating in the training program? What is the desired level of such accomplishment according to industry or organizational standards? Do you want to develop attitudes, skills, knowledge, or some combination of these three? Now it depends upon the company and its needs that how he design its objective. Because objectives are designed as per the need. First of all, we assess or identify the needs, then we design our objectives. This has to be done. But if you are planning that first of all I should design out my objectives, then I should assess my needs, no, it should not be done. Next, designing the training programs. Now, this is the thing which will be telling us about that how training programs should be designed and what should be kept into mind while we are